Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dual Screens Crossplay Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Stephen Fontana, and with me, as always, he's over there. He's Andy Asimakis. How are you, Andy?
Doing good. I finished Returnal. Sad that it's over.
You finished Returnal.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Sad.
We'll talk about it later.
A little sad.
God knows I can't finish
Otherwise,
a single
I'm in
thing in that game.
high spirits.
Yes, high spirits. Very up there.
I'm in high spirits because
Yes.
of our guest host.
This is great. Returning triumphantly to well, actually, this is your first appearance on Crossplay because we've rebranded since the last time you were on.
But means we'll get him back for the next brand.
Mr. K-Step himself, Who Dat Ninja himself, formerly known as Who Dat Ninja himself.
Oh my God,
Kyle Stephenson now you're of like two things now. You have 61indie.com and of the Trophy Room podcast, a
Correct.
PlayStation podcast. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much, Andy and Steven, for having me back.
So it's good to see you.
Yeah,
pal.
I'm excited to talk games.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
this is going to be fun. I know that you usually do PlayStation stuff, so this is going to be you're going to get to talk about other things, which is why Andy and I rebranded the whole crossplay thing to begin with, because we wanted to talk about more than just Nintendo. So
and to shit on Xbox.
Right. Very important. Very important. Very important. Folks, for those of you that are new here, let me introduce the show. This is Crossplay Podcast, the internet's #1 gaming news podcast starring people you have never heard of, probably. That's right. The show posts each and every Tuesday for your listening pleasure on your podcast service of choice, including our home, podbean.com. And of course, we're on Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Apple, we're on Stitcher, Google Play, one of those FM things. I forget what it was called, but we're on that one too. But we also record live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/dualscreenstreams, and it shows up 24 hours later as a video on demand on youtube.com/dualscreens.tv. Andy, we just had back-to-back weeks of probably our best Dual Screens podcast content ever.
Oh yeah, it's like
Kyle, I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, but
So
good.
I saw who you had on, and I'm very jealous.
This was something. So I want to get something very clear right off the bat. Right off the bat. Andy, the work you put in to get
go on
to get both of our last guests was, of course, it's Anne and Jane, who are the face and voice of Celine of Returnal, and we got them right as the game came out. The day it came out, and then the following week. It was actually 2 days later that we recorded that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of work you put in to get them on here was absolutely commendable, and you should take a bow because that was amazing. And not only that, Andy, we have a special announcement. It's not set in stone yet, but there's yet more Returnal to come.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have in store for our listeners on the Dual Screens podcast, which posts each and every Friday on the same very same channel? Go ahead.
Anne, who's the face actor, loved us so much. She was like, we should do a thing where it's me and Jane, the voice actress for Celine, at the same time. And I was like, well, I'm already talking to Jane about getting her on the show, a solo show. So when that's done, which it now is done, let's get you both on at the same time and do a whole like, here's your face, here's your voice, mesh together at the same time. And that's scheduled for this Sunday recording. So that's going to be out next week. Now, we tried to get the motion capture actress too.
Yes, because believe it or not, there are 3 people
three women made this character whole.
Yes.
It took 3 awesome chicks to make this amazing character. But she didn't reply to my email. So
you know what we should do, Andy, before we record this?
Go pound sand for all I care. Yes.
Before we record this on Sunday, why don't we see if Jane or Anne can get the director who directed them?
Oh boy. So listen. What's
You
going
know
to
what I'm
happen
saying?
is
You get what I'm saying now?
we're going to do this third one, and then we're going to leverage all of that.
All
like
of it.
house, they get the entire house team
mark.
on the
Got
show.
it. Understood.
That's how it's going to go down.
Folks, The reason why we do this and the reason why we love to do this is because of you. It's because of the listeners, and it's because of indie games and video games in general. We love indie games. We love giving them a platform. So check out that show. Every single Friday we interview the people who make video games. So it's a great time. And if you want to support us on Patreon so you can keep this dream going, get better equipment, all the fun stuff, please go to patreon.com. Thank you. I'm really good at this, Andy. I've got
people who make video games. That's
Right.
a good
Right.
that's an elevator pitch.
That's it.
So beautiful.
Go to patreon.com/NDS podcast. We have 3 Patreon producers to thank. Thank you, Vegas Girl on Fire, FNH Paul, and of course, Colton, the apprentice, Nestler. We cannot continue to grow without all of your support. So thank you so very much. You get so much content just for $1. Just for $1.
So much.
So much content. Andy, Kyle,
Yes.
it's now time for everybody's favorite t-shirt that they could buy right now at dualscreens.com/store. The Adventures in Gaming. And we're going to start with Kyle. What have you been playing, Kyle?
Start with Kyle.
I mean, let's keep the train rolling on Returnal. I know you guys talk about it. I am completely done with the game. I got the true ending and everything. I just need to grind out the
Monster.
grind up the collectibles, which are a pain in the ass.
Sure.
There's one scout log that is super rare in the first biome that I just can't seem to get to spawn, and then I just kind of run through and get all the other ciphers, and then I'm done.
Wow.
I love that game so much. Housemarque is what a fantastic studio. I'm so happy for them that their risk paid off. And Returnal's awesome. I totally get why it's not for everybody and why people are bummed out on it. Like difficulty wise, I totally understand it. There should be some sort of save system because the runs do get pretty long. But I had a great time. Everything feels great while you're playing that game.
Yeah, even as a person who is not known for the skill of a bullet hell, like I'm just not good at those. Andy's much better than I am. The thing is, I'm having so much fun playing it. Like,
yeah,
and they change enough even when you die, like you said, with the spawns of the logs and like stuff like that. There's enough different that I'm still intrigued because I'm unfolding some little teeny parts of lore and history every time I go through. So it still feels like I'm still in the point where it feels like I'm supposed to die. And it's not because I suck, but it's because there's more story to tell. The more you die, the more story unfolds. So I'm really enjoying it. Andy, what are your thoughts? Since you've completed it.
Oh, I'm kind of sad that it's a little bit over, because it was such a good experience, and it's one of those games where I think I want to repurchase on the digital side just to always have it on the PS5. But I want to when that itch comes back, and I want to play at a certain point. But what a ride the whole game has been, and having now spoken to the voice actors and seeing how like that one person carries an entire game through to the end. Yeah, and it's just, again, incredible experience, and I'm itching to go back a little more, but I did buy some new shit lately, so there's that happened.
Well, Kyle, are you playing anything else?
I also not only played but have already beaten Resident Evil Village.
Nice.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's very short. I beat it in like 9 hours. It was a pretty quick ride through. I've been just getting into Resident Evil this year. It's a series I never played. I watched people play it. I thought I was too much of a baby to play those games. I started with 4 because that's what our patrons over at the Trophy Room voted for us to play for one of our Patreon shows, and had a great time with it. It's definitely not as spooky as I built it up in my mind, RE4 in that regards. And then I was like, you know what, let me play 7 and see if I dig the first person vibe, like with me behind the sticks, of course, watch playthroughs, whatever. I really enjoyed that. That basement in that house is easily the creepiest place in any game history, I feel like. And so I was excited for Village, and not just because of the tall vampire lady.
Well documented.
It's well documented. Game is pretty awesome. It's got some wonky, crazy things going on, which I'm now learning that's just Resident Evil in general in the games. But it's gorgeous. Like, what a showpiece on next gen on PS5, where I played it. Just absolutely stunning. It also, the audio and the sound is just incredible. Top notch what Capcom is doing with these games. And other than Ethan Winters being super unlikable and just being like, he literally at one point smacks the door frame. It's like, why does everyone always die around me? Why does this always keep happening to me? Very like hammy and like hamming it up. But like the game is fun. It is a great ride, and yeah, it's awesome.
Andy.
Yeah, you should have known that the ham was coming, Kyle. So super light spoiler in like the first, I want to say first maybe 10 minutes of the game.
Okay.
Super light spoiler. It's not even a big deal. But why can't this man's left hand catch a break?
Yeah.
I feel like now it's like a joke of itself. So
Okay.
when that's happening, it's like, all right, we're not taking ourselves that seriously, obviously.
Yes, they've become self-aware.
Somebody put it in a great way. I forgot who said it, and it makes total sense. Is because it's in first person, they need you to feel the horror, and the only thing you can see are your hands. So all the trauma to Ethan's hands makes sense in that regards, because that's the only thing you can really see being like done to you.
Yeah, but that one hand,
but
it's
his hands go through a journey, man.
Oh
it's
man,
like,
I can't wait. I have put it so I was a big Resident Evil fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I played 5 with a friend. 6 I didn't play because obvious reasons, and 7 looked like the most terrifying thing, so I avoided it forever. And then the Batchild chat gave me enough bat points to make me do it on stream. They tried to kill me and scared me more than the game did, and that's 100% a fact. And so I'm putting it on them again for RE8. I'm not subjecting myself to that voluntarily. So if they want to throw the points at twitch.tv/batchild, please feel free.
I will say it's way more in the RE4 vein of like actually.
Yeah. It is.
There is one very creepy place that everyone's talking about, Biome 2, like the second place you go, but it is in everything else. It's pretty much just like action oriented, like RE4, tons of ammo. Like you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah, I saw somebody playing it. They were in like some sort of they were fighting like it looked like a robot monster. Like I was like, what? Why are there? I thought it was BioShock for a second. I was like, what am I watching? I was like, no more spoilers. So I just shut it off.
Yeah, those robot enemies remind me of some of the characters in Invincible. The cyborgs that are in that show. I remind me of those.
That's another one. I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
We have. So actually, you know what? Let's get into, because I've been playing. I'm back in Apex Legends, Andy, and there's some changes to Apex Legends that are just, they get my nips to a point of pure bliss. Okay,
like ice cutting.
Status? I could sculpt with these bad boys. When I think about it, my goodness, Andy, Apex Legends Arenas has arrived.
Oh, what is this?
It is 3v3.
No idea. Okay,
kind of like a Counter-Strike.
Sure.
You start the round in a neutrals in your like own zone. The maps are much smaller, and they're tailored for it. You buy your weapons, your loadout, do a round, kill the enemy, rinse, repeat. First one to get 3 wins. If both of you have 2, one of you have to win by 2. Essentially, is the rule. I got to be honest with you, it is so much fun playing that mode because it's in and out. And so, like, it's just so easy to get. You know what it is? There's so much less to worry about because all you have to worry about is the 3 guys in front of you. It's really good practice, too. So, like, I feel like that would be a really cool way to get you into the game, Andy.
All right.
To join me.
It sounds like a little less pressure. Yeah.
I mean, there's more pressure because you can't die. Like, if you die, your team can still res you, but it's like, it's dire because now it's 3v2. You know what I mean? You can't. There's no real place to hide because the map is much smaller.
Right.
I love the new character, although she has definite playability issues on the Battle Royale mode. The new character has like a jetpack, and she can fly. And the problem, but the problem is when she flies, she can't shoot. She can only shoot if she's free falling. So you could fly all the way up, free fall, and try and shoot on your way down. She also has very poor maneuverability when she's flying. So, like when you're flying, you're kind of doing it slow, but she'll like scan the battlefield. So it's like really slow, and you can just get lit up with somebody with a good shot. So it does have its drawbacks, which is probably pretty good, and her tactical is very weak. It just shoots these like little missile things that don't really do too much damage. You do like 40 damage, I think. And that's it. It's just a way to like disorient and keep people off of you. So she could use some balancing, some tweaking, but I really like her a lot. I like her design. Her name is Valkyrie, and she's pretty damn cool. Now, Andy.
Yes.
That was a couple of minutes of Apex.
It was a couple of minutes of Apex.
But there's another battle royale that I played for the first time in years yesterday.
How dare you? Go ahead.
Somebody sent me, somebody very important, somebody very close to us here at Dual Screens, Miss Envy, sent me a screenshot of the Dark Knight himself, Batman.
Yeah.
In Fortnite.
Is that all it takes for you?
And I said absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it.
I don't know.
Miss Envy said, listen.
I think this is what happened.
Miss Envy said, listen. Oh yeah, it was 2 nights ago. She said, listen. Just download the game. It's free. If you like it,
famous last words.
Whatever, we could play. She was my drug dealer. You understand? Just a taste. That's all I needed, Andy. Yeah. I go in.
First one's on me.
I go in. There's 22 hours left to buy the Batman skin. 22 hours. I'm like, do I really want this? Am I gonna play this game? I was like, do I get the battle pass? Do I get the battle pass? I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna play enough to get the battle pass. However, when I do play, I can be fucking Batman.
What did you pay for it?
I paid $20.
Oh, fuck you.
But here's the thing.
$20.
But here's the thing.
I did the same thing with Kratos. I don't play it, but I went in and bought Kratos.
So is that what these things cost? That much?
Some of them. Some of them are like $10.
Shit, I had no idea.
So, but here's the thing, Andy. It wasn't just the Batman skin. It wasn't just
do things.
There was also he also uses like a batarang grappling thingy to chop the stuff. Yeah. But he also has like a Batman glider. And when it opens, little bats fly out. It's like the Dark Knight. Also, his suit is all torn up. So like his left arm is all torn up. Anyway, Miss Envy and I came in 8th place twice when we played.
He sounded like a preschooler talking about his favorite toy he just got for Christmas.
They changed so much of that game that like I feel like I'm relearning the entire game. It's been years since I played it. Since it came out on Switch, that was the last time I played that game. So whenever that was. Anyway,
Lord. Oh my Lord.
Andy, take us into the indie news update, please.
Oh, this put a smile on my face, you guys. This is kind of neat. So
just the words on paper put a smile on mine.
Some of my favorite games that came out when I was a kid is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And its sequel, Ghoul Patrol, are come back, courtesy of our friends at Limited Run Games, Lucasfilm Games, and Dotemu, the guys that gave us Streets of Rage 4.
Yes, Dotemu.
Beautiful, lovely bastards. So these are coming out on the Switch, PS4, Windows, PC, and Xbox One on June 29th. But there's going to be a super fancy physical release, which nobody will
be able to get.
See, I will do that. I'll pay for that. Not a freaking Batman skin.
Shut up.
$20.
Andy, it was Batman.
No.
Bats come out of the glider. And
you know what
I'm
trying to say here?
I need a rolled up newspaper right now. That's what I need. As a bad Steven.
Now, our viewers can see right now that Miss Envy says that she doesn't appreciate me talking about her like she's a bad influence. No, I'm happy about this decision. I am. Let me make something like abundantly clear. I was. The Zoom call has frozen up. Okay, there it goes. I was adamant about not playing simply because I'm a contrarian and I don't want to play something that other people find joy in. I wanted to poo-poo people's joy. That's just what I was. But it was only Fortnite because of children. Because children are the worst. And the toy aisle at Target with all the Fortnite shit is the worst. It's the worst. It's like Fortnite, Roblox. Shut up. Ryan's toy review. Shut up. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, nah, Fortnite. I'm not playing it. But man, the game is so goofy. There's so much goofy shit happening in that video game that I just had to do it. I mean, you got Lara Croft running with Kratos.
And Aloy.
Running with Aloy, running with Batman, running with Harley Quinn.
Master Chief and...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a live caller calling into the show right now.
Oh, look what you've unleashed.
Hello, you are live on twitch.tv/
on the air.
Dual Screen Streams, on the air with Dual Screens Crossplay.
Yes, hi, Stephen.
Yes, Miss Envy.
Comparing me to your drug dealer.
Not my drug
like,
dealer.
for-
It's what I imagine a drug dealer would be. I don't have a drug dealer. Let's get something very clear.
Yeah, I have the drug
Mhm.
dealer. Let's get that clear.
And, you know, it's in the same way of seeing, for example, one of our friends, Bone Jangles, opening Pokemon cards. That's all it took for me to get back into Pokemon. He was the drug dealer in that situation. You understand?
It's not our fault that you are easily influenced and want to be a part of everything everyone else is.
Incredibly easily influenced. It's not even. I can't even argue that. I can't even argue that. I can't. There's no
Next
argument
to
here.
FOMO in the dictionary is
Yeah,
She speaks-
like FOMO is my weakness. Like, what can I tell you?
She speaks the truth.
Well, you know what? Everyone else are being professional podcast hosts, so you should focus on that instead of talking bad about your friends.
Impossible. Impossible. I can't. I'm so easily distracted. You know me.
You know what? I really think that when I take one of these fucking gummies, some weird
do
shit
your
goes
show.
on the
Oh,
show.
there's no. Okay.
I really
Thank you.
feel like that's the secret sauce.
Calling me out on my own show.
Something goes down. Someone
Andy?
gets called out. Yes, Steven.
Somebody's gonna get called out. It's always gonna happen. But you know what's great about Fortnite is that even if the Batman skin wasn't there,
Are you just
right?
talking about fucking zombies and my neighbors. Did I imagine that?
Yes, but I want to say something though. Okay, yeah, no, Zombies Ain't My Neighbors, great.
In defense of the Batman skin. Go ahead.
Well, the whole limited. So you're gonna spend your money on the limited edition, obviously, because it's your hard-earned money and you love the game. I get it. That's fine. That's fine. But you know what you're not gonna have to spend your hard-earned money on, Andy?
What? Tell me.
Ubisoft's high-end free-to-play games that
Oh, fuck you.
they're rumored to be focusing on. Apparently,
Oh, balls.
I know.
This is the thing that happened.
I
Go ahead.
know. Apparently, so they had their earnings call.
I am very eager for Kyle's thoughts on this because he seemed very steamy when he mentioned this before
Yes,
the show
indeed.
started. So
Yes, indeed. Ubisoft is shifting away from its traditional strategy of releasing 3 to 4 premium AAA titles each year, but plans to launch high-end free-to-play, in quotes, games for all its biggest franchise. I almost just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Biggest franchises. This is coming from VideoGamesChronicle.com. Wrote this piece up for us. In line with this is a quote from the call. In line with the evolution of our high-quality lineup that is increasingly diverse, we are moving on from our prior comment regarding releasing 3 to 4 premium AAAs per year, said Ubisoft's chief financial officer, Frederick Duget. I think I got that right. I know it's Frederick, but whatever, you can't say that. Quote, it is indeed no longer a proper indication of our value creation dynamics. For example, our expectation for Just Dance and Riders Republic are consistent with some of the industry's AAA performers. Additionally, we are building high-end free-to-play games to be trending towards AAA ambitions over the long term. This is purely a financial communication evolution and doesn't change the fact that we continue to expect a high cadence of content delivery, including powerful premium and free-to-play news releases. Before I kick it to you guys, did anyone else feel like that was just word vomit? Like there was just a lot of words there that didn't necessarily need to be there. Like, hey guys, there's a lot of money in these little shitty games that we put out but if we made these shitty games better,
like there
might be more
before.
money. Right. This is like super, like this is why these people get $250,000 bonuses or $2 million bonuses. This is why. Kyle, let's get your thoughts on this bad boy.
So originally when I heard free to play, I was like, oh my god, I don't want a Assassin's Creed free to play game. No, thank you. With like new islands that you have to pay for, like microtransactions, whatever, new places to explore. After hearing you read that, like I'm okay with if they do like a Just Dance and like the Riders Republic thing free to play, because like those things kind of make sense to me. Kind of like the snowboarding game. What was that? Steep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like that, though, those kind of games make more sense from a free to play perspective, not so much like what Ubisoft is. What I know them for is like story, open worlds, kind of sandbox games. So I'm hoping we still get like, Far Cry after Far Cry 6. Hopefully it's good. Like hopefully 6 is good. And like Assassin's Creed and a Watch Dogs with an actual central protagonist, because I did not dig Legion like at all, really, the small time I played, because of that reason. So I hope that their free to play stuff is more like more of these other, like, they're big franchises, but not so story focused. They're there to like have fun, like a Trials game that's free to play. Like, that'd be rad.
I wouldn't mind if they did like an end also, you know, because one of the things
kind of like the Division thing,
right? Because what came out of this call also was that Immortals was massively successful and is going to become a franchise for them.
Hell yes.
What if Immortals became a free to play thing in the line of a Genshin Impact? You know, where it's a massive, ever-evolving open world. You play with your friends. You're in Greek, whatever, mythology. You're playing your little hero that you guys created, just doing quests. Like, I could see them really making a ton of money doing something like that. And you could feasibly do that with an Assassin's Creed. Set the world in Abstergo present day, where the open world is you exploring different time periods, and you could unlock different time periods. It's not less, and it's like, and it's more like quests, you know, in each time period. It's less Altair story, it's less whatever their story, and it's more about the story of that time period that you're kind of living in, and you're like finishing something out. That could be a cool way to explore that. You know, just call it like Assassin's Creed. You can't. I was gonna say Chronicles, but they already fucking did that. For some reason, because we needed those. But yeah, like that could be a cool route. And of course, mobile. You have to remember that like mobile is such a huge market that they could scale these things down to a free to play mobile situation and just get, because they made a ton of money on microtransactions. A ridiculous amount of money this year on microtransactions. So, Andy, what are your thoughts?
You know, I could have sworn Far Cry 6 already came out, Kyle. Thank you for that
it was
reminder.
Supposed to. We were supposed to be playing it already.
Did it come out? That shit didn't come out.
No.
I mean, I'm all for like a big budget AAA like sensibility for a free to play game,
right?
So you can attract. It's not like that helps like shed that stigma of, oh, it's a free to play game. How good could it be? Even though like a Warframe did that years ago with quality, but having an Ubisoft deliver what they do best in that market space, I'm looking forward to it. But you know, release your other stuff like that Skull and Bones pirate game that you keep
got delayed again.
You keep delaying, apparently.
Delayed again. That's just got to have some. I imagine that game just ran into some oops changes when so many other games that are like it came out, and they were just like, well, we can't do that. Let's like make it a little different in this way, and this way, and this way. And I think that just snowballed. That
could be the first free to play AAA game we see from them. You never know.
That could be
branded down the line. You know, guys, it's free now, but it's, you know, $5 for a paddle.
Yes. Would you like a pink paddle? That'll be $4.99, please. Yeah. I mean, it's the number one takeaway from all of this. I know we focused on the whole fact that they're going free to play, but the number one thing that I take away from this is they blew their expectations. What, like less than halfway through the period, they are more than double what they thought they were going to make. So Ubisoft, regardless of what's going on with them, regardless of the bad PR that they had, the proof is in the pudding, man. They're making the right decisions as far as their IP are concerned, and they're just fantastic. And I remember a couple of years ago, Andy, we were high on them when Mario Rabbids came out.
Yeah, and where's that other game? Where's the part 2 to that?
Yeah, we need a part 2 to that. We do.
Game.
We do need a part 2 to that.
Why not?
Why not? Speaking of part 2s or part 3s or sequels, there's a return of a beloved franchise.
We're going into this one.
Andy, I framed this one up perfect for you.
I feel so you're so damn good. My torment never ends, children, those who are listening to the show. In a cruel joke, the Fatal Frame franchise, one of the scariest franchise, one of my favorite games, part 2 especially, one of the scariest games ever made, dare I say, is coming back in the most Japanese Konami way imaginable as a pachinko slot game.
Nothing says horror than a little disc falling down pegs.
They released a trailer which has shocking scenes, and it's shocking because it's a fucking pachinko game. Why? Now, the reason why I mentioned this other than being salty as fuck about it, is because Resident Evil 8 sold like 3.5 million copies in like 2 days or some shit like that.
Right.
This is what's waiting for you sales wise. People love, there's an audience for horror, for good horror. This is a good franchise that Nintendo owns. And for some reason, it's gone down this route for no apparent reason. Why? I don't understand. Someone explain it to me. What did I do to deserve this?
Do you need the Nintendo app to take pictures of the pachinko ball disc going down the pegs?
No, you have to use your DSi camera. That's how archaic it is. It's just they're gonna use the most.
They have to assume. Yeah,
you have to use your GBA link cables to make it work, to function properly.
Talk about fatal. Yeah, I get it. I'm so sorry that this is happening to you, Andy. It seems like everything you love is being just ripped away from you. Just all I'm saying is keep that dog close. Is all I'm saying.
All except for you, Steven. Which means like maybe I don't really love you after all. That's what it means.
Konami and Nintendo are coming after your puppy, so please, keep him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
God, you're so right though. That if they made an actual Fatal Frame game, it'd make a ton of money. Horror games sell like so easily.
Do you think because it's Nintendo, they just don't want to be? They just don't want to. Yeah, they just don't want to make that anymore. Like
they can't do creepy stuff.
Yeah, like they're okay with other people doing it. Like maybe just sell it. You know, sell the IP.
License it out. Yeah, license it out to somebody. Hey, you want to make a fucking Fatal Frame game?
They do creepy though. Capcom? Don't they? What is that upcoming Happy game? That looks creepy as all hell.
Right, but that's like creepy. But it's like okay, I can still see being a Nintendo thing.
Sure.
Here's a question. Here's an idea, Mr. Nintendo. Write this down. This is a good one. You get this one for free. Do what everyone did when the NES was huge and make a second publishing arm. Call it like Fun Spindo or something.
Spindo.
And just
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah. No, well, that's a little on the nose, right?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Can't have that now, can we?
No,
can't have that. Just like do something like that and just make these other games. Yeah, just call it Sega. Call it the Master System. But yeah, just like why don't they do that and just put these games out and say it's not ours? I mean, it's on our system, but like our pure delicious minds that make fucking Toad and Peach, which apparently they're okay with doing some lewd poses anyway, as the internet has found out recently.
Listen, I don't want to get into that right now.
Yeah, let's not get into that right now.
That is a true nightmare. But this is just bad comedy to me. I feel like it's a big joke, and it's all just coming this way. And yeah, I want to cry 1,000 rivers.
Do you think that Nintendo needs to take their talent to service an untapped audience that they haven't been servicing for years so that they could compete with the other team?
I would bring in some other team to like consult and like, let's look at these unused IPs of yours. Let's look at Star Tropics, Kid Icarus, your Punch Out, your F-Zeros, your Earthbound. What are you not doing with these things? How can we leverage these things somehow to someone?
Obviously,
to make people happy and make you a little bit of cash.
I get it. But obviously they're doing well, and
yeah, they are doing really well.
They're not worried about
the problem. That's the problem. They're doing too well.
They're not worried about competing. But speaking of competing,
yes,
Kyle, take this one away if you'd like.
Which one are we doing?
Oh.
I mean, the word compete is.
Gotcha. I
set this one up.
I got you. That's on me. Epic wanted Sony's PlayStation PC games to compete with Steam, according to some documents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a funny story.
So some more stuff came up in this cringeworthy trial between Epic.
This is just the gift that keeps on giving.
It's something else.
It's good bad. But it's bad too.
Yeah. So apparently a 222-page confidential document filed as part of the Epic versus Apple trial reveals a broad effort to compete with Steam during 2020 with free games, Fortnite promotions, and more. The document was originally created in September 2020 and was published and then quickly deleted last week. The document showed that Epic offered Sony $200 million for at least 4 first-party PlayStation games last year, ahead of a bigger push by Sony to bring more of its PlayStation games to PC. So like 4 to 6 titles, 200 million for exclusives on Epic Games Store. Just like, oh my god,
That's like
why?
a slap in the face, I think, for Sony. They paid 150 million for Borderlands 3. So I don't know what they wanted from this deal. 4 to 6 games. What, God of War, Spider-Man, Last of Us? What do they ask for is what I'm wondering here.
I'm assuming it'd be Horizon,
Yeah.
Days Gone, Death Stranding, maybe a God of War. Yeah. That's interesting.
Maybe it could be the PC home for MLB The Show.
That's a good point.
Potentially.
You know, or Dreams.
Dreams. Oh,
yeah, Dreams.
That'd be a good
Dreams. I think is a good bet.
Mhm.
That deserves a life on PC.
So I don't want to get in the weeds about this whole Apple Epic thing.
No, please.
But,
No, don't.
because it's just fucking
Please don't.
bananas at this point.
We always wonder what happened behind the curtains with this stuff.
I
Now I don't
know-
want to
yeah,
know.
just-
I don't
Now
want
we
to
know.
anymore.
Now we know too much.
Now I
Too
know
damn
I'm
much.
spending way too much money on this
Yeah.
shit. Because if you're just gonna throw your $200 million CAC around to try and get some PlayStation content on your storefront and $150 million to get Borderlands 3, like, all right, you guys don't need to be charging $70-$80 for these games anymore. It's insanity. But I do want to talk about a little bit about how Epic is really they're fighting a court fight with Apple, but it seems like they're really fighting a war with Steam. Like the means of which this is like an arms race in a way. And this is going to go hand in hand with our next story, but it seems like this is the definition of competition breeds creativity and breeds innovation, right? Like this is exactly what we mean by this. It's a big player comes up, says, well, F you, I have a big honkin' dong too, throws it on the table, big old pangus. Here it is, folks. Take a look. And they're like, oh shit. And you could react in one of two ways. You could say, I'm not worried about them. We're too big to fail, you know? Or you could be like, well, this is a problem. And it looks like Steam might have been thinking that this was a problem. We'll get into that story after I get your thoughts on this Epic. I mean, we got a little bit of your thoughts, but like, Kyle, what do you think about this thing? This seems, I mean, it's a cool partnership. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a good relationship. They've had one for a few years now. I mean, yeah.
I'm totally like from the standpoint of let's just take it at the basics. I'm happy that PlayStation is putting games out on PC for more people to experience them. Like I'm all for people experiencing games on a system that is more easily accessible to them because I love those games. I want everyone to love those games. But the bidding war for like exclusive rights to games, I just hate it. I really do. I don't know, just put it out on wherever, just let people pick where they pick it up at this point. I feel like it's childish. It's very childish.
Focus more on your own internal first party studios projects. Put money into that or acquiring talent than gatekeeping certain games from other.
But you know
consoles.
what? We say that in the same breath, Andy, but I'm gonna just say right away that we always laud PlayStation when they do their exclusive DLC deals or their exclusivity windows, and we're like, haha, look, they got the thing. But you can't have it both ways, you know, like that's the same thing, really.
Sure.
It's at a lesser scale because it's only exclusive content, it's not the exclusive experience. But you know, it's to me it's six in one hand, half dozen in the other, right? Like you have to come up with ways to compete and to create original stuff now, or to at least acquire original things for your platform, because these things are becoming more exponentially, more expensive to make. So you see studios close, but more so than you see them open. You see projects get canceled more than you see them get actually released these days. Like you get plenty of announcements, this game, and then games just disappear because it's hard. And I think this is the current only solution for this. It's that they can only make, let's just throw a number out, and if you're talking about Xbox, this number is a third of this last gen. But let's say you can make 10 exclusives for your generation, for the generation of your console, 10 exclusives across your however many studios you have. That's not enough, you know, like to make you different, especially when even this gen, how like we had Miles Morales, right? Astro whatever was kind of
Astro's Playroom.
It was a kind of one of those experiences. And Returnal, you know,
Demon Souls.
Yeah, you had that, but you know, yes, you did have that. You did launch with that, but you know, it's these deals that make it more enticing for the players. So I don't know. This just seems like the solution to a problem that they themselves created by bloating budgets for these titles and mismanaging studios, mismanaging time. How much they dumped money in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era on, well, actually, it was probably the generation after that with all the loot box money grabs and annual releases of this, that, and the other thing. Like, it just seems like a overcorrection in the other way. And like, but to me, and I don't know if you feel the same way, Andy, I'll kick it to you first. It just seems like the solution to the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what you have to do at this point. I mean, you need to have something to make your platform stick out in this massive space we call gaming. You're gonna have to give you a reason to want to pick your piece of plastic over the other piece of plastic. And if you have a little bit more to offer in terms of some games that you may have for like only for a year or 6 months before it goes everywhere else, and you're paying like X amount of dollars for that, it's still something. It's an edge in some way. Or if you buy a bunch of studios, like, okay, these games are now going to be on our like Game Pass, like that is built off of value. They keep making you want to invest in that platform, in that service, because like we're putting in all this content, all these games, and all day one for our shit is going to be there, which includes Bethesda. So it's like that's value. That's that's incentive.
Right.
So it is part of how the business model works. And I still scoff at the idea of Epic offering fucking pennies for 6 PlayStation games.
So like, that's like, I'm actually okay with like Sony and Microsoft being like making those kind of deals to make it, because they are still competing with each other. Like it's like they need to bring people in. So like whether it's Game Pass or Sony saying like, hey, we have FF7 remake for a year or whatever.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But like what I'm confused about is a digital storefront paying that amount of money for an already finished product that is you can play on another place just so the other more mainstream thing it won't go there. Like
doesn't have it. Yeah.
It just I don't feel like you'll ever recoup that amount of money in sales with the amount of money that they're throwing at them.
Yeah, that seems like overhead. That seems like a here's your overhead to acquire IP to diversify the library so that we can advertise. Like it's basically like an advertisement budget, you know? Like you could look at it that way where, you know, it's just to get our name out there. It's to get more people talking about us. It's and here's the chunk of money that you're allowed to do that with. Because they're going to make more money based on, I mean, you know how Epic makes their money, right? They make it on the games that they made. Like Fortnite is a cash cow. Like they have no problems there. They're in this business to become a household name, a household platform, a household, you know, digital store, but also based on their aggressive payouts to developers, they're clearly trying to change the game. So I have a problem at face value how they spend the money and lock these things up, you know, in a way. But I look at it more of as like they're taking this money not to recoup it, but to improve the brand in general, like long term. Like that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best way to look at it, but whatever.
It's a way to look at it.
It's a way to look at it, and it's a way to look at the future. Speaking of the future, the Yakuza franchise has some great stuff in store for the future.
Andreas
Asimakis.
If someone told me that Yakuza would one day be a turn-based RPG, and that Final Fantasy would be like an action game. It'd be like, what's pass me the ganja you're smoking, because that'll make no sense. And yet here we are. This is reality, confirmed. This is not a simulation.
This is real life.
Where's my link? Here it is. The Yakuza franchise will remain a turn-based RPG series going forward. This comes from some Japanese guy over at Sega who says,
it's fair.
The Yakuza series has been transformed into a turn-based RPG. On the other hand, over the years, Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio has accumulated resources and know-how of making flashy and exhilarating action games that are effortless to enjoy. We decided that we should let our signature action gameplay live on through Lost Judgment. So we have the Judgment franchise picking up the action, the GTA style, beat 'em up gameplay that
Right.
Yakuza is now known for. And Yakuza, after the amazing Like a Dragon game came out, and it fucking worked. Turn-based combat worked in this series beautifully. And such a woo, the words are slurring, guys.
Immaculate. Remarkable.
I know. Miraculous.
Miraculous.
Way.
Okay.
All right. It was there.
You were getting there. You were getting there.
I kept saying miraculous.
Miraculous.
Roasting miraculous.
Right.
It worked, and it's amazing. And I applaud this decision because it was so cool and like goofy, and it's Yakuza with turn-based, and you could summon shit, and like it was so awesome.
Yeah. I've never played a Yakuza game, but
oh god,
this sounds a lot like a great opportunity for them to split up their studio and work on two of these at the same time. Your traditional style and your turn-based style, like kind of like what they're doing with Judgment. Like the Judgment series.
Yeah, and we got a sequel announced too, which is now it's a full-blown franchise.
Now that's a franchise. Like they could Assassin's Creed this, or let's say more Call of Duty this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where
that's what you
got
say.
your Yakuza Like a Dragon 2, or Yakuza Like a could be.
Well, it's Yakuza 8, I would imagine, is what's going to be.
I'm saying like you could make the turn-based thing its own franchise. It could be Yakuza Like a.
Oh no, I think it's going to be Yakuza 8.
Gorilla.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or whatever. Or like
a gorilla.
Well, you know what? I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of like big, strong animals, like a mythological beast or something. But like you could do something like that, but then also have the numbered Yakuza continue and be like your traditional Yakuza. If they just, if they hate money, then don't do it. Again, free idea.
I think I'm leaning more towards that, saying we'll get like a Yakuza one year, a Judgment the next.
That's most likely where it's going. Yeah,
I can see that, but I think Yakuza is all turn-based action, and
I'm going to say this now, though.
Wild. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this now.
Go ahead.
In 10 years,
yes,
when they finally come back and say, "Look, it's back to its roots."
Look, it's a pachinko slot game.
Everyone is going to lose their fucking minds. Everyone's going to forget how much they love the turn-based shit because they're going to be tired of it. Because they're going to get like 4 of them in the next 10 years.
We just got it,
I'm just saying, I know how the internet is. I know how people are.
Let's enjoy it for a little
That's all
while.
I'm saying. Kyle, do you love Yakuza? Are you a Yakuza fan?
I've never played a Yakuza game.
We should do this together. We should.
What?
I wanted to get like a dragon, and it just fell through the cracks. I don't know what happened. It's on my list eventually to pick up, but I love that turn-based games are coming back and making a comeback. Every clip I see from Yakuza, I'm like, holy crap, what is this game? Why is this man throwing and hitting people with a giant fish and picking up bicycles and throwing them at people? Like, it sounds and looks awesome. Like, it's just so much fun. It should be just like Yakuza with the subtitle of it's a video game. Like, it's a video game as video game.
It's Yakuza, as Japanese as it gets.
Meanwhile, Persona's like, what am I, a joke to you?
Well, Persona's outlandish in its own ways, but it
was always turn-based.
But it feels like a JRPG. Like it feels like that's its core DNA. Whereas Yakuza's like
unapologetic.
We are ignoring the JRPG part until it becomes a JRPG, and then you forget it's a JRPG, and then it's a JRPG again. Like that's what it felt like. Kyle, we have options here though, bud, because the PS5 has that share play. We could play a game together and pass the controller virtually over the interwebs.
Oh, that's neat.
This could
That'd be
be
cool.
this could be a either a 6-1 cross dual screens little program maybe. I don't know.
yeah.
Things are building here.
Every other battle, we switch off control.
Yeah.
Turn based.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to backseat game both you as you play through that series.
that'd be
All I've
great.
heard isn't there like some sort of like really intense stock market game in Like a Dragon that everyone fell in love with? Like,
Yeah, there's that, and then there's like a tower defense shit thing in the other ones. There's a baby you have to like do that too.
do that too.
Yeah, you do that.
Rock.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
All right, our final news story. I don't have a clever segue because you guys. I just don't get it. And this is something I can't relate to because it's something I can never play. But Kyle, there are some new PlayStation Next Gen VR talk happening.
Yeah, including a word I've never heard of before.
I thought it was a typo.
Either.
I thought it was a typo.
Next gen PlayStation VR is 4K with a foveated rendering and vibration feature.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google that shit right now.
Foveated imaging is a digital image processing technique in which the image resolution or amount of detail varies across the image according to one or more fixation points. A fixation point indicates the highest resolution region of the image and corresponds to the center of the eye's retina. So it follows your eyeballs. That's what that means.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and puts more intense and focused pixels where your retina are focusing on, thus using less horsepower.
That just sounds to me like my eyeballs are gonna get tired very quickly.
Oh yeah, you're gonna if you didn't puke already, you're puking.
Yeah, but Sony's next generation VR headset from PlayStation 5 has significantly higher resolution, inside-out tracking, a vibration motor, and even foveated rendering. Reliable sources tell Upload VR. Those details include a resolution of 4,000 by 2040 pixels, 2,000 by 2040 per eye, a lens separation adjustment dial, and gaze tracking capable of, again, that word, foveated rendering.
The word of the day.
A motor in the headset can be used by developers to give direct haptic feedback.
A motor in the God.
I'm gonna
Oh
I
God.
can't play it, but I can imagine something like scraping across your head, like.
What I'm most excited about is these new controllers. I
they
think
look
they
pretty
Don't
look
they look really
cool.
sexy?
They look next
I
gen.
do think they're like, hey, let's take what Oculus is doing and, and
absolutely.
warp it into what we're doing. But I'm just happy to get away from the wands, with the big bubbles on top, like all the way from PS3 era. I'm excited. I know that there is only one cord, a single cord this time. I was kind of hoping it'd be fully wireless because I really do enjoy the Oculus Quest and the freedom of just kind of not worrying and not feeling that giant wire running down my back and tripping up while I'm getting lost in it. But if they can really make it an affordable option and make it a upgrade to what the PSVR is, I'm all in. I think VR is incredible. Again, it's not for everybody. It is a luxury kind of accessory, but I'm really digging that Sony is still supporting it and looking forward in the future and not giving it up like the poor Vita, who I miss very dearly.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Cry. Makes me cry a little bit.
I really wish I could play.
Mentioning the Vita.
I wish I could play VR. Andy,
Yes,
the show is. We're almost there, so I need you to get us into the hype zone, in and out of the hype zone, because I'm already sweaty and I don't need to sweat anymore.
No. This is it. Now you would think in a week when we had like stupid, horrifying, sexy Waluigi things that make you want to unalive myself from existence. This is actually a better story I want to talk about.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. And it goes back to our favorite topic, this whole Epic V Apple case.
Oh boy.
But and you would think things were cringy enough as it were. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Oh boy.
Because this takes the fucking cake. The banana cake. Is that a cake?
I'm sure there is. It's banana bread, but yeah. Okay.
And here's the title. Fortnite's questionable Peely skin finds its way into courtroom during Epic v Apple case. Now, for those who don't know, Peely is just a giant banana with arms and legs in Fortnite,
Right.
apparently, which looks like a fucking nightmare.
Gets killed in the opening cinematic of the current season, by the way. I learned that the other night.
So I just want to read what the exchange is between the attorney and the witness during this
I
trial.
cannot wait for this.
And
Please.
we'll go from there.
Yes,
ready?
please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Apple lawyer. We have a large yellow banana here in a tuxedo. And some guy named Weisinger, I think he's on the he's a marketing head for Epic Games. Matthew Weisinger replies, "Yes, that's Peely."
Andy, do you want to read this as a script? Do you want to be Apple lawyer? I'll be Wessinger.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, I have it open. Go ahead. You're Apple lawyer. I am Wessinger.
Okay, but we need to have.
I'll be Epic lawyer.
Kyle's Epic lawyer.
Okay.
Beautiful. We did it.
All right. We have a large yellow banana here in a tuxedo.
Yes, that's Peely.
And in the tuxedo, he's known as Agent Peely.
We thought it was better to go with the suit instead of the naked banana because we are in federal court right now.
A little bit of a digression. We talked about Peely, our banana. There might have been an implication that showing Peely without a suit might have been inappropriate. Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes?
No. You read. Please read that.
Sure.
Direction.
I'm sorry. Let me cut. All right.
This is the clear stage direction. Yeah.
There might have been an implication that showing Peely without a suit might have been inappropriate. Lawyer shows a picture of naked Peely in court. Is there anything inappropriate about Peely without clothes?
It's just a banana, ma'am.
Oh man! Now I need to look up the C-SPAN footage of this.
This is an actual exchange that took place. What was Apple trying to prove with the fucking banana skin? What was the intention with this?
Where is it?
It's just a banana, man.
Where is this country coming to?
I don't know.
This is
I don't know.
shit being discussed in open court.
I don't know.
I guess they were trying to say like the argument is like, is Fortnite inappropriate for kids?
I didn't know that this was a thing until you literally just started opening it. I thought this was gonna be a thing like they were trying to like say that it was a banana, but it was really supposed to mean apple, and like here's how they treat apple, like they make it explode.
Oh no! See,
so
like
I was thinking
so
like
much easier and way more relevant.
What the fuck is going on in this world?
Have you seen a little biceps going on?
Oh, hold on. There's another
I
layer
Google
to this.
Naked Peely, though.
Okay, so yeah, they had to make it a point of like the lawyer shows a picture of a naked Peely. It's just a banana without its peel.
How could a banana be naked?
It's glorious.
It's not a person. It's just a peeled banana.
Oh my God.
If I give my kids a peeled banana and put googly eyes on it, am I giving them an inappropriate banana?
Will you end up on a list somewhere?
Am I
You gotta call Child Protection Services on your ass, Steven.
Can we please? We need to make a shirt. It's just a banana, ma'am. Please, somebody design. It's just a banana, ma'am shirt.
But here's the thing, though. Like,
it's like an easel with just like a poster board with just a banana on it.
It's just a banana, ma'am.
oh my God. Why does it have shorts though when it's naked, quote unquote? I don't know.
Can the jury just be made up of other fruits and vegetables in this courtroom?
There's a judge somewhere. There's a judge in that room that watched that.
There's a court stenographer that's writing all of this down as it's unfolding before their eyes.
An elected official, somebody who spent their entire life studying law, is sitting in a courtroom right now. I swear to God, video games is a blessing and a curse. Like Oh my God, to be a fly on the wall. I'm so happy this leak is happening at the same time. Like, just give me all this stuff. Oh my God, it's so horrible. All right, folks, it's towards the end of the show, so we want to kick it to our chat. Chat, if you have any questions, please reach out. Now is your time. And now it's, while we're waiting for you to type that up, here's the Facebook question of the week. What Super Mario power-up do you wish you really had? It's a good one. It's a good one. Missed Enough, Matt Murray says the Tanuki suit. And of course I asked him, I didn't know you were furry. Bryce, aka BP Dub, says the cape. And I replied, and this is something I thought about. I was going to go with cape too, because you know me, I love to fly. They make you do a running start.
You can't fly forever.
I don't want to run.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Having to run? That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Corey goes for the easy one, saying the one-up.
Okay. Interesting.
And it absolutely counts. It's a power-up. But I have a question for Corey. If you're listening or watching. If you got that one-up, what are you doing to lose that first initial life? Like, you got to go big. Right? Am I right? Like, you have to go big.
It's got to be planned out.
Yeah.
Joe Gonzalez says the P-Wing or double cherry to help with work and cleanup. And my friend Joe said, I think that's called cocaine. Friend of the show, Casey Lynn, says Tanuki. Obviously, Tanuki's great.
Popular.
Anthony Marino says the feather, which again is the cape. Danny Saldano says the star. And I replied, what would you do for those 20 seconds? And he says, I'd run as fast as I could through crowds of people screaming the star theme as loud as I could. He would cause death and destruction in front of him. Joe says, I would like the flower fire power and immunity from prosecution. Now, Maggie Glass here, my sister-in-law who commented on this one, which is great, has a very unique answer. I want to collect coins from bumping my head on bricks.
Oh,
that's super smart.
Wow.
It's not a power up, but it is certainly a power.
It is. We'll allow it. The judges say yes.
Yeah. So, and that's our answer. So Kyle, what's your answer?
So I was thinking of a way, because obviously the cape or the feather to fly and really just take rid of travel worries and stress out of the way. But I'm also thinking of, like, what if I reverse engineer it and just have the ability of, if I get hit, I just become smaller? Because as a big guy, that's just I would love that to feel. So, like, just someone punches me and I instantly, like, lose 200 pounds. I'm like, hell yeah, sweet.
All right.
And then I won't eat a mushroom ever again, and I'll just live my new life. Like, it's fantastic.
That's fair. Andy.
Oh, let's see. So many ones to choose from. Let's go with the shoe. The big shoe you get in Mario 3.
Yeah.
We'll just do that.
Oh, wait, hold on. The cat suit. What am I talking about?
Are you gonna go cat suit?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up walls.
You're
and
basically
climb trees.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going big dumb shoe.
Big dumb shoe. That's a good one. It's practical.
Yeah.
It's practical.
Yeah, very practical.
I think I'm gonna go with giant mushroom.
Oh my God,
Just so I could be like, are some people fucking around right now? Hang on a second. Boom, let's go. And I just start kicking shit all over the place. Traffic jam, boom, let's go. Just picking up cars and shit. Like, I would go for giant. I would go for giant. And I'd make sure, well, wait. Oh yeah, no, his clothes grow with him. That's important.
Yeah.
I don't want, 6 inches to become 6 feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially after the naked Peely incident.
Yeah,
we don't want
that indecent exposure.
We don't.
No.
We don't need that. The chat has nothing to say. They're quiet today.
They're just envisioning so much naked Don right now.
I don't think they've recovered from
peeled and unpeeled. They're just focused on that.
Yes, indeed. Folks, that is going to bring us to the end of the show. This has been the Dual Screens Crossplay Podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you want to follow us on social media, we are at dual_screens on Twitter and at Dual Screens on Instagram. I am at BatChild27. Andy is at PantsGuy. Taylor, who's not here, he's doing some other content for us, is at It's Purger. You could also follow him on Twitter, on Twitch rather, twitch.tv/It's Purger. I'm also there, twitch.tv/Batchild. And you could follow Kyle, like on so many different spots, but he's at Mr. K Step on Twitter. And you can find links to everything, including The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast on your favorite podcast service of choice. And streaming, like, I don't know, 1 to 3 nights a week, it seems, depending on the schedule, on 61 Indie. Twitch.tv/61indie, spelled out 61 Indie. Kyle, do you want to tell everybody, people about those projects? Like, I gave a little elevator pitch, but do you want to tell them a little bit about what you do?
Well, Trophy Room is a very simple. We talk about the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation each and every Thursday, which is fantastic. I love doing it. It's been 3 years with Mr. Badbit, and we're just getting bigger and bigger every day, and the sport's been insane. So thank you very much for letting me shout out that. And 61 Indie is we were formerly Kinda NYC, which is like the East Coast area of Kind of Funny Best Friends. We would do like community meetups and whatnot, and we were getting into we were getting more game codes to cover for like our podcast and whatnot. We decided to rebrand into 61 Indie, and we're literally just raising indie developers up like you guys have done for so long, and just really highlight that area of the video game industry that gets overlooked too often, I feel like. And indie games are so important to video games as a whole, and we just want to shine a light on super cool indie stuff. So check us out over there.
Awesome. And one final announcement, one final pats on back for us here at Dual Screens. We just ran the numbers, and it turns out our episode with Ann Byer was Andy and mine, under this whatever, since we've been recording, our 300th show that has been public.
Ooh,
300 public shows.
Big
We are now
number.
up. This is our 303rd. So, but that's public. That's not including the other 100 we did for Patreon. But
right.
But yeah, we've done this weekly now, Andy. Multiple times a week. 303 times.
No end in sight.
No end in sight, my friend.
Nope. Not gonna
Yes.
happen.
Awesome.
And I like to make an announcement as well.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Yes! Yes! Very good.
Thank you.
That was coming too. I was gonna do that one, but you did it. That's great. Sneaky. It's good. You got a little something from everybody. Yes, happy birthday, Kyle. It's
you.
always awesome to have you here. Thank you so much
Likewise.
for being here. And again, go check out the Trophy Room podcast and 61 Indie. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We're pushing to 1,000. We're over 600 now, guys. We're over 600. We're pushing, push. Keep pushing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, viewers. And as always, please be excellent to each other.